What's up, everyone? It's Marco from PhoneDog.com, and this little box right here packs quite a serious punch in the mobile space. It is the Moto E by Motorola, and it's been one of the most talked about smartphones the past couple of days, and it's made quite a big splash in the mobile space, all filled with, flagships, all these phones, and this little $130 smartphone has made quite a big splash. Now, inside this box, you'll find a 4.3-inch display. It's only QHD, by the way, a 1.2 gigahertz dual-core processor, and Android 4.4.2 KitKat, but it still packs quite a serious punch and only $430. So let's get to the unboxing and first look of the Moto E by Motorola. So before we get to the unboxing and first look of this Motorola Moto E, I have to give a quick shout out to Best Buy Mobile for giving us devices like this for use in our One Pile Bandit giveaway game. So if you walk out to Best Buy Mobile, you can walk out working for your contacts, your email setup. So make sure to give a check out to Best Buy Mobile. So let's go back to the Motorola Moto E and the box itself. It looks very similar to all the other Motorola products that have been released the past couple of months and years. The Motorola G, the Motorola X, all have this similar white box, very simple packaging and nothing too much fancy going on inside or even the box. So let's go ahead and give this guy an unboxing. And here it is. It is the Motorola Moto E. Very similar, very tiny device. It's a 4.3-inch display, resolution of QHD, so it's 960 by 540. We have a 5-megapixel camera, no flash, no speaker grill on the back, and no front-facing camera. Now, obviously, this is a budget phone. $130, no contract. You could buy it unlocked, off contract. And the pixels per inch on the display is only about 254. So again, it's not going to be the best display, nor the best processor or hardware inside. Only a 1.2 gigahertz dual-core processor. It's a Snapdragon 200 processor. You have 1 gigabyte of RAM and Android 4.4.2. So at least the software is current, which is a good thing. And then inside the box we have, let's see, we have a USB. Well, not really a USB. It's a AC adapter, but it's actually plugged in. So that's kind of strange. So you can't do USB syncing to your computer, but again, you have Google Drive, and I'm sure you have some kind of USB cable lying around. And other than that, we have basically like a quick start guide. This one's in Spanish, the other one's in English. Other than that, it's pretty simple and straightforward. So let's go ahead and move these two aside. Let's do some quick size comparisons, actually. Here's the Motorola Moto G. Pretty similar to the Moto E in size. It's a 4.5-inch display on the Moto G, a 4.3-inch display on the Moto G. About the same, maybe a little bit thicker on the Moto E than the Moto G. Then in the back, looks pretty identical apart from the flash and the speaker grill. And the Moto E is actually a little bit heavier than the Moto G, so definitely some less quality on the Moto E, but still feels very, very solid in the hands. Let's go ahead and boot this guy up while I'm talking here. And then here is kind of their flagship, the Moto X. This is actually a Verizon unit. It's going to be much bigger than the Moto E because it has a 4.7-inch display. And it's going to be about, about 70% thinner. Or no, sorry, 30% thinner than the Moto E in thickness. In the back, obviously you have a flash. You have well, that's about it. Other than that, so let's go ahead and go back to the Moto E. The display is not terrible. I can actually see the pixels just because I've been using so many high pixel dense displays. But it looks pretty darn good, and it's pretty darn responsive for a dual core processor. Just from the things coming on right now, we'll just go to my profile here. Let's go ahead and open up the app drawer, okay, and. Yeah, pretty responsive so far. It feels, pretty normal like in any other Android device. And now it is a budget phone, so it's definitely not going to have all your, quad-core processors, all that kind of stuff. Actually, there's a SIM card in here, so that's cool. So thanks, Motorola, for doing that for us. I'll go ahead and accept and continue. This stuff really annoys me, doesn't it? You have to have all these little things just to make your phone working. So let's go to PhoneDog.com. A website that's always challenging for a lot of... especially budget phones, because it is a very intensive website to load on any mobile browser, not only Android and Windows Phone, but also iOS and all those phones. So we're actually using Wi-Fi, so hopefully we're going to get some decent speeds here. Yeah, it's pretty not bad. Couple lags here and there, but overall the responsiveness is pretty good. Other than that, it's good. I want to dive into the camera real quick, just because it is a 5-megapixel camera. We'll see if it's good or not. Obviously, we'll just get to see it on the display here, and well, it's a little slow on the shutter. So here is the Moto E from Motorola. It's $130 off contract unlocked. So there's going to be much more content on the Moto E after I spend some more time using this device as an everyday device, seeing how it performs compared to things like the HTC One, even the Moto G and the Moto X. Pretty much there's only two main competitors, or it's only devices that it has in the same family. So let me know what you guys want to see of the Moto E. It's a very, very interesting device, $130. No contract, very affordable, lots of flash, front-facing camera. Other than that, it's still a very good device. So my name is Marco Hanna from PhoneDog.com. Make sure to leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on Twitter at PhoneDog_Marco. And I'll see you guys in the next video.